Okay, we are now going live. Next to me is Herbert Chow, CEO of Check It Up. I've
Right.
known Herbert for a long time. We went to the same high school together. You are a senior boy at our
How
school,
many years?
4 years
Yeah,
apart.
4 years.
Right,
Okay,
right.
all right, all
Yeah,
right.
but
Okay.
seems like I've known you for a long time since the umbrella movement.
Yeah.
Now, Herbert, um, most people have heard our conversations, dialogue over the last 2 years in Cantonese, and I guess because of the changing political situation, it's important to do as many shows in English right now. So to get the audience know more about what's going on. Last Thursday, there were some 40 to 50 police. 30 of them are from the NSD, National Security Department Police, came over Thursday afternoon to raid one of your shops,
Yeah.
which is the one behind, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe because of the graffiti or maybe because of the statue. I don't know.
Mm.
But it's kind of funny that I read from the news today that the head of the NSD Hong Kong, the highest person, it's right now on probation because he was visiting an illegal massage parlor. I don't know whether you caught the news.
Yeah, I caught the news. I think that answers probably why he didn't come on the day when they came to search my shop.
Right,
Yeah, he was on holiday. Yeah,
right. So,
pity. But he
Hong,
sent the wrong
yeah,
people though. They were the people he sent was very rude.
right,
Yeah.
right. So it seems to me, this power struggle thing from mainland China right now, it kind of um, spread it to Hong Kong. This so-called CCP culture or communist culture of you know one guy axing the other.
Mm.
But anyways, you must be very exhausted over the last 6 or 7 days
No, not
since the
really.
raid,
Not really.
and you have a lot of interviews, both local and foreign media.
Mm.
Now, what do you make of the current situation? Because you mentioned in the Chinese media that you are you will keep battling on to fight for justice, but also you and me know that one of the guys who got detained now actually is servicing prison terms, Professor Benny Tai, which is your classmate and also my mentor. Um, there's a lot of injustice. Joshua, Jimmy Lai, all these three, they were framed as like the forces of evil of Hong Kong. To me, they are the defenders of Hong Kong, and now the NSO has already arrested around 100 people. So this net could get bigger and bigger. I don't know. I don't know how Beijing thinks, but what do you make of it?
Um, to me, it's a little bit lack of a better vocabulary, beyond comprehension. If
Right,
you look at my case, that never would you believe that a regime as powerful as China would put a spotlight on a tiny little store like me, who is basically voicing out, speaking out, and selling souvenirs and T-shirts and patches to upkeep the spirit of the Hong Kong people, to sustain hope.
right,
And that's the if they want to call it byproduct, but our main product is still very high quality, nice T-shirts.
mm,
So for them to send a bunch of National Security Department into my shop with a warrant that says that uh, 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 the shop is suspected to have uh, carrying items that promote uh, successive intentions and subversion against the country. That was literally what the warrant says.
yeah,
And so for them to get a warrant and come into the shop and search, uh, it's beyond comprehension. All I can say is that I think it's hard to imagine that a big and powerful country like China and a big and powerful engine like the Hong Kong government would have such a small heart for our existence and wouldn't even give us the freedom of expression. It's just unbelievable. One of the first few things I told the officers when they came into the shop apart from stop being so rude to my staff, because they were very rude like gangsters.
Right.
Well, I think the gangsters were better than them because I've had a little experience encountering gangsters. They were worse than the gangsters.
In mainland China, you mean?
No, in Hong Kong.
Even
But
in Hong Kong.
Yeah, they were worse than. I mean, they were literally shouting at us, even me. Yeah, and apart from the request to them that to stop shouting at me, I told them that you're not going to find anything today because I never violate the law.
Right.
And as a result, after 1.5 hours search, they didn't find anything. They called me to in front of them and told me that they have completed the search and that they are not taking anything away. And then they warned me that this investigation is not over. And if we find that you are in violation of the national security law in the future, we will prosecute you. Okay. And then I asked them the question, so am I clean? Am I okay? Do you need me to take anything down from our shelves? And their answer was, I am not obliged to answer your question. So that is the national security law.
Yeah.
So, well, throughout the search, I already had the impression that it was the fact that they have to shout at people and be so rude that it was more of an intimidation act than an actual official search. And at the end of the search, with an answer like that, because I asked this question 3 times, and at the 3rd time I had to elaborate why I was asking this question. I said, officer, I'm not actually trying to put you on the spot. I actually sincerely want to know if I am carrying any product suspected of possibly subversion or succession, because I am a law-abiding citizen. And it was the 3rd time that they answered me that I'm not obliged to answer your question. So you came in with a warrant and you leave the shop with nothing, and you're not obliged to tell me whether I'm safe. So the conclusion is, it was a white terror.
Yeah.
And so when I came out to see the media, I gave them how I felt, and I told them that what I saw. It was a pure act of intimidation and white terror.
Okay, so I see a lot of people lining up behind, visiting one of your shops, and you have another one in Tin Hau. And in the Chinese media, you mentioned you will keep battling on until they arrest you. But I don't see the point of even mentioning the word getting arrested, right? Because you have done nothing wrong, and then if it is white terror, then I think this whole NSL animal since 10.5 months ago is creating a lot of fear, and then it's dragging Hong Kong down, the economy. And also, I was reading, some survey from AmCham, 40% of the SMEs and also corporations are thinking of relocating because of the NSL situation.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Well, there's no question that they are openly sending a warning to all the SMEs that if we can do this to Herbert Chow, we can do this to you.
Yeah.
So I hope us MSEs, which is 45% of the workforce employer and 95% of the total registered entities in Hong Kong, I hope we get the message, and I think it's time to speak up. And I wouldn't say fight back, but I would say to protect your freedom space and not let these people get away with these ugly behavior anymore. I think they have officially declared war on us and warning us that this is what they're capable of. So let's show them what we're capable of. And like what you're saying, yes, I said that I will continue to speak up and defend my business until I'm arrested. I'm really mocking them more than anything else, because I never violate the law, and I don't think I will ever be arrested because of that. That was a pure harassment. I did explain to my family, though, that if it becomes so ridiculous that they would arrest a businessman for what I've done behind my back, this shop and the shop at Tin Hau, then after your few minutes of sorrow, be proud. Because there's nothing to be afraid of when people frame you and put you in jail. There's absolutely nothing to be afraid of.
Well, maybe the business community and finance community should write an open letter one more time, just like during the umbrella movement, to President Xi Jinping and says, Carrie Lam is incapable of governing Hong Kong, and it seems like she's definitely one of the puppets, and then no one is really capable of keeping Hong Kong at peace right now.
Well, I think we know what answer we'll get from them, right? I think he will blame it on the chief of the NSD that he went to have a massage, so he didn't have a chance to actually reject the operation, and so the subordinate came. All right, I mean, I'm sure they use all sorts of these excuses that had he not went to the massage and now had to be on leave, then maybe if he would be able to be on top of the issue, he might have stopped this raid. I mean, this search, right?
Yeah.
But no, I'm just mocking them. I think we should continue to try whatever avenues that we can actually get a message through to them. But I think the government has become so ridiculous at this point that for a person like me to want to have a dialogue with them, I really need to consider whether I want to waste my time that way, right? I think my time would be better spent just continuing to be a law-abiding citizen and going about my own business and protecting my own space for freedom.
And Herbert, I will keep bothering you quite frequently and doing all these dialogues in both Cantonese and in English,
by all means.
because it's important to get it all viral. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And every time you call me, I will be available. I will always have time for you, because I need to thank you for not giving up on me, because 5 years ago I was a blue ribbon. Right? So I think I'm very sure that there are a lot more people like me.
Yeah, and keep supporting those that are behind bars right now.
Yes, of course.
Benny, Jimmy, Joshua, and the rest.
Yeah. After the raid, the first post I actually made on Facebook, after thanking the people who came to queue and support us, our typical over and over again wonderful Hong Kong people, the next point I made was that please do not forget the 47 people in jail. I think it's very important that we do not forget that these people were also arrested under no crime.
Let's keep battling on. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.